Hey guys, Matt here from the Traveling Together Journal. Today I'm talking about what life has looked like for Amy and I since we stopped full-time overlanding. Many of you joined the Traveling Together Journal over 5 years ago, when Amy and I were living out of our first camper build and overlanding through Mexico and Central America. Those were good times. After that trip ended, I dropped off on the amount of content I was making, and I've gotten a steady flow of people asking what we're up to now ever since. Many of you know that we've returned to Mexico several times in recent years, and I put out a video of a month-long trip that we did a couple years ago when we scored a crazy run of good surf. We also shared our amazing trip to the Galapagos Islands for Amy's 40th birthday. This was a bucket list destination for both of us, and it did not disappoint. And of course, if you've been watching this channel at all recently, you know that I've been building a new camper that I just finished and started testing out. But what has life looked like for Amy and I since we stopped overlanding and tried to re-establish ourselves in normal, stationary society in the USA? Well, before we started traveling, I was working as a boat captain and Amy was a massage therapist. We both returned to our respective careers when we got back to the US, but we still didn't feel like we could make enough income to live in expensive Southern California and save up for our future plans. So we invested in a small sailboat and a marina where we could live in order to save some money and try something new. We've been living in California on that little old sailboat for 5 years now. We've been here longer than we thought we would be, and it's not always the most comfortable living quarters, but it has allowed us to live close to family, save up some money, and have some adventures along the way. When we set off on our trip to Panama, we did it to have a good time, but also because we wanted to experience some places that we thought we might want to live. At the end of the trip, we had a short list of potential locations, and eventually we narrowed it down to one. I'm excited to share that we bought a little chunk of dirt in Mexico, not far from the Pacific Ocean, and we've been working and saving for the last 5 years to slowly build a house. This will be our first home that's not also a vehicle, and we're expecting construction to be completed this year. Many of the trips we've been taking in the last few years were focused around building this house and sorting out our Mexican residency and work visas. We want to make Mexico our new home base as soon as possible. We love the people, the weather, and the food, and we think it's a great starting point for future adventures. In the meantime, I want to focus more on producing content for this channel. I have a few camping trips coming up that I'm going to film, and I always have more vehicle projects going on. But make sure you leave a comment letting me know what kind of videos you'd like to see more of, and I'll do my best to provide. Long term, Amy and I still have some big travel goals. Our next big trip will be from Mexico to Alaska through the western United States and Canada. Eventually, we would like to overland through much of Africa and South America. There are so many beautiful wild places left in the world that we still want to experience, the list could really go on forever. Thanks for joining us here on the Traveling Together Journal and supporting this content. Whether you've hit the like button on our videos, left us a super thanks in the comments, shopped with the affiliate links in the description box, or even joined the support team over on our Patreon page. It all goes towards keeping the dream alive of someday sustaining full-time overland travel with the creation of this content. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.